Hi, my name is Cheri, and today is the day that you can finally order from the holiday catalog. So I am going to be showing you some more projects in my series of sweet treats. This is a really fun one, and actually the project I'm going to show you I have never made before, and then you'll see why in a second. But this is the holiday catalog, and it does start today, September 4th. So if you're watching this the day I post the video, it is online today, and you can start ordering from it. If you don't have a hard copy of the catalog, and you are in the United States, just message me below or email me depending on where you're watching it from, and I will be happy to send one out from you. I do have a couple of you on YouTube that have asked for a copy to be mailed to you, and I've given you my email address down in the comments, and I've not gotten your address. So go back and get my email address from there, and then just give me your street address, and I will get one in the mail to you. The project that I'm going to show you today, whoops, I just knocked an ink refill off my table, features the Harvest Hellos. It is a fabulous set, and the reason I want to point it out to you before we get started is because this bundle, which a bundle is a stamp set, and in this case a punch, if you order this from September 4th, which is today, all the way through September 13th, then you can participate in my free online class. And my free online classes are similar to the videos that you watch here on YouTube or wherever you've watched them posted from YouTube, but they're private links, and I send you the supplies just like you would see the supplies that I use, like the paper and the ribbons and other cardstocks, or if I use pearls or any of that kind of stuff. I send you those, and then you make the projects along with me. So if you order these two things from my website and you use the host code, which all of those links are down, depending again where you're watching this, you can find all of the links, just click down and find them. So you have to use the host code, buy this from my website, and then you're just part of the online class. But if you sign up today, September 4th, normally the class will have 3 projects, but sign up on the 4th and you will get 4. You'll get a bonus project, and I'll show you which one that one is. Normally the projects nobody sees, but the bonus project here, it's this one. So you'll get the supplies to make this. There are a few colors of inks and things that you will need to complete the projects, and those are also listed on my website, so go over there, and then when you're placing the order for the bundle, if you don't have those, you can go ahead and stick those in your cart and get them at the same time. So these are some other projects made with the same stamp set. It's super cute. It will do apples or pumpkins. It has some words. This has been everybody's favorite. So you're not getting that one, but you could add this stuff to get it, and there is a video and also a blog post that does have the supplies listed for that, so you could add those to your cart as well. The reason you're not getting it is because it takes an embossing gun and some silver embossing powder, and if you're a beginner stamper, which is easy for this bundle because it doesn't need any super fancy stuff, but this takes it up a notch. So I didn't want to do that for everybody who might be just starting out. But this project I'm doing today follows in my sweet treats packaging, and so here are some of the videos that I've already posted for sweet treats. This uses the little Boo to You set, and my little monster guys are just stand-ups, and they hold the little Hershey's Monster Kisses, which happen to match our stamp set wonderfully well. And they also they don't fall off because these have been through the ringer. My cats think they're little cat toys, so they keep coming up and playing with the hanging Hershey Kisses. But it's nice to know that they hang on. This was the first project in the suite, and this is the Ghoul M&Ms that are out right now. I got those at Target, I think. Mostly I've shopped at Target, a couple of other places. These are from the Orchard. This posted yesterday, and it also, I turned this one into a tea light, and that's kind of what I'm going to do today. And the reason I'm going to do that today is if you want to see the actual sweet treat packaging, you can go over to my Facebook, and last week I did a Facebook Live where I made the project, and I had already made it once to make sure that I liked it before I did it live on Facebook. And I used these Dove, again from Target. Here's my cat. She's probably going to play with my little Hershey Kisses. The Dove White Chocolate Caramel Apple with graham flavored crisps. So I used these, and the whole bag did the 2 packaging. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do the same decoration, and I'll show you how I made the decorations, but I'm going to turn it into a card. So it shows you that you don't have to do these as candy packaging. You can, she's going to knock my ribbon off. There she goes. So I'll show you the packaging when I'm done, but now I'll make the card. And she's coming back. What do you need, Sib? Come on, that's my water. Come on, hop out. There are chipmunks in our yard right now, and she's desperate to go outside. But they're indoor cats, so she only goes outside if I'm outside, which obviously I'm not outside right now. So I'm using, on my project, I used our baker boxes to show off the candy. Now she's just crying because I'm not taking her outside. So I sponged it with Old Olive. And instead now I'm going to use an Old Olive base for my card. So just fold this in half. I have never actually made this card. So we're hoping that it's going to be cute, because I don't want to make an ugly card for you. And then I have, you can see the 2 times I've made it. This, I don't know where I put the case. I tried to find it. I will put it in the links below, because my office is kind of a hot mess. We have an event coming up on Saturday, so my mine's kind of everywhere. And here's my Old Olive ink, but it's little backgrounds, and it goes with our new little packaging set, which will make an appearance in our in our Sweet Treat packaging later in the week. Hopefully. I have to get my event ready because those ladies will be live to see the event, so that has to be done. But I have lots of packaging ideas, and it will go as long as I have candies, because I have lots of candies and they need to be used up. So this has little stripes. It also has a mini buffalo check, which is my favorite stamp, and that is why I have it. I'm not using the buffalo check on this because it's packed for my event on Saturday. So it just does a little stripey, and I'm going to turn it into a flannel. So I have my Stampin' blends, and then I have to make it the flannel, and then I have the champagne foil. And the reason I have the colors that I do is because this is what matched the candy. So I went ahead, I thought about changing the colors up, and then I thought I'm going to leave them, because if you were giving somebody this box full of candy, you might want to give them a card. So to stamp on the foil, you need a Stays-On stamp pad, because it's a flash drying. You don't want to use a Stays-On stamp pad on your photopolymer stamp sets, because it's not good for them. But this is a red rubber, so it's fine. Or, you know, our photopolymer stamp sets, they're not expensive, so you can just treat them like they're paper, and that if you wash them off right away, eventually the Stays-On would eat away. So I've stamped there, but if you clean it off right away, you'd be good. It's not like you're gonna stamp with it once and your stamps are gonna disappear. It's just kind of up to you. And I'm gonna stamp this on here. So I have my 2 apples. And this could have been done with any ink, but I needed this on there. I'm going to set that aside. They call it a flash drying ink, but it does take it a second to dry, especially because it's a little bit muggy in Indiana. So now I'll do my flannel pattern, and you can kind of just do this however you want. So let me take this is Cajun Craze, and again, my colors were chosen from the candy. And Dove was nice to use Stampin' Up! Colors. They're the ones that use the champagne, so that's why I have the champagne foil. And this doesn't have to be any kind of perfect, because we're going for rustic. So I could get my ruler out and make perfectly straight lines, or I could not. And I'm going for not. And I'm also not pressing very hard. So blends do go through your paper, but because I'm not pressing hard, I'm just barely touching this to just get a little bit of color. Now I'm going to take the bronze. And with the bronze, I am just going to go the opposite direction just to give a flannel pattern. And again, if I was doing it as a card background, I might get a ruler or a piece of paper to make it be more straight. But I'm going for a rustic flannel apple. Kind of like all of the pillows that are out. There's a lot of like buffalo check pillows. It's kind of the trend at the moment. And I'm not even drawing completely straight lines. You can see they kind of have where they're hit or miss. I'm going to take my Apple Builder Punch, which again comes in the the bundle if you buy the bundle, and whenever you buy a Stampin' Up! Bundle, it's 10% off automatically. And you can see that you're only going to get half the pattern on your leaf and your stem. But that's okay, because we're just going to color it so we get more. So you can see, you can just keep using the same piece until you filled it all up. But now we have a cute little flannel colored apple. And then I'm going to take my stem. I'm going to just kind of finish hand drawing a flannel pattern on it. So where it cut off, I'm just going to fake draw some lines there. I'm just using the, blends have a brush tip and a bullet tip, and use your bullet tip because the brush tip would be too big. And you can kind of just do whatever you want with that, just so it kind of matches the apple. So that's all we need for that. This is a super quick card. And then this is, I think it's dry enough. And again, you want to keep your stem and your leaf, so they have a tendency to fly. So just make sure that you kind of dump them where you want. The other day on my live, I had the mercury acetate and it's see-through, and I let it pop and then I couldn't find it. So now, because I've not made this before, you're going to get to kind of see what we want to do. Let's place this on here. I don't need to place these because those will just be added on at the end. So I don't have any other cardstock that I'm using. I am going to use the ribbon because I used it on my box. I didn't use the twine, but I thought it might be pretty on here. I'm going to pull in this Blessed, and it's out of another stamp set. It's from To a Wild Rose, but I really like the size of it. And then I also thought we might add this leaf. The leaf is in the set. So I'm going to take my leaf, because this is just plain paper, and I wanted the apples to be the focus. So I'm just going to make my own little pattern paper with the leaf. And so I can get about 4 times. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper, which in this case is the one that I'm doing my apples on. And that way you can kind of stamp off. So you don't always have to have paper. You can make your own. You do want to be careful if you're doing a stamp off thing like this with kind of a dark color, that like when you stamp half off, that it doesn't make your ink be a different color, because sometimes that can happen. You don't want your leaves to look half. But this one seems to be doing okay. That one's a little dark there. Sibby. Sib, my cat is on the ledge. She's desperate to get outside. Hang on just a second. Get down. The chipmunks have just taken up residence right outside my window, and she is desperate to get out there. But I have projects for our weekend events stacked on the ledge, and apparently she thinks walking in between them all. My studio overlooks our second floor of the house. And so they're all just stacked up there, not ready to go, but in process of being ready to go. I know, baby, you're not going outside. She's pitiful. Okay, so now we have our own little background. Sorry about that interruption. Okay, now I'm going to take the Blessed, and I think I'm just going to put it right down here at the bottom, because that's a nice place on your card for your words to be. And this is also in the holiday catalog, so you can get this today, and you can also get it in gold and silver, but this is the copper, because copper is my favorite color, and I just think it's a beautiful color of autumn. So we'll add the Blessed, and it shows up nicely on the darker colors, and it also is strong enough that you can do it over the top of the other stamped images. Okay, now let's think about how we want to put the apples on here. What's wrong, baby, with the ribbon? You know me, I'm a big fan of this. So let's do this. It would help if I have some scissors laying here. My other cat, not this one, likes to carry my scissors away, and apparently he has done that. He takes them all over the house. So hang on, let me get some scissors. I did use scissors on the other box because I cut the ribbon, but apparently they are gone because they're not on my table. Here they are. They're over by where he's sitting, so he has stolen them. You know, I would say it's Monday, but it's not. It's even worse than Monday because, you know, it was a holiday, and so for the whole week, if you're in the U.S., we'll be like, what day is it? Because it's great to have a day off, but then for the whole rest of the week, you're like, I don't know what day it is. So we're just going to make some little ribbon twisties. She's going right back up there. Sibby, no. Hang on. Sibby. I don't know what you think you're doing. You can't go up there. Okay, and then this is from the Come Together suite, and it's the same as the Magnolia ribbon, it's just in fall colors. You are not going up there. I don't know why she thinks she can get outside. She's never done this before, but we've never had the chipmunks quite as close to the house as what they have been. Okay. So let's just stick this to this. So now we have some ribbons. We'll decide to stick where to stick these after we stick our little apples on. So let's do our apples like this. So here's a secret, because I want this one to be on top because it's got more of the pattern, but I also want the placement to be there. Just stick a little bit of adhesive, that way you'll be able to slide this one underneath, and then you can add some more adhesive if you don't think it's sticking well. Just slide that under just so they overlap a tiny bit. Whoops, press it down. And then what I did was I did alternate. So my flannel pumpkin got my foil top leaves and stems. And if you wanted to be fancy, you could put these through a folder or something, because the foil would look pretty. I was trying to keep this nice and simple. And then we've got the flannel ones over here. Okay, now let's think where we want to stick this ribbon. I might take it apart, but this was holding it together for me. I think I'm going to stick it over here. There. And a bit more adhesive here. And just use your scissors. When you've never made a card before, and sometimes you don't know where you want to stick stuff, you don't use a lot of adhesive first. You can go back when you're done and add glue dots, and then the second time, or like if people are making it class and they know where you want to put it. And then I do think that it might help to have, let's get a really light blend color. So light seafoam. Let's see how this looks on here. Well, it's still a little dark, but oh, it's going to dry lighter. Let's take the brush tip of the seafoam. And just on some of these leaves that are darker. I'm not going to color them in the whole way. And this will dry lighter. You can see it's already drying lighter. Just to give a little bit more contrast to some of these leaves. Now it's drying so light you can barely see it. I thought that would be pretty light on there. There you go. So it would look pretty to run that through if you wanted, but if you want to just give it as a gift with the card, with the candy, obviously the candy is going to be the main event. So let me show you. here's a finished box. And so it's the baker's box, and you can see here's the same. Here she comes again. She went downstairs to check out the window. She's obsessed. She is obsessed with those dang chipmunks. It's like Chip and Dale. And here's the candy. And then here's one, and I'll show you how I finished it off. So here's the baker's box. You just sponge the whole thing. You can go over to Facebook and just fast forward to that part if you want to watch just the box being made. So you sponge the box with the ink. You can see the candies, and here is where I got the idea for the flannel, because it does, and then it has almost exactly the Apple Builder Punch on here. But then all of the other, here's a leaf. You could do it with some of our other fall stamp sets as well, because it matches really well. So I laid the candies in here nicely so you could kind of see them through the thing. I didn't want them upside down. Sibby, no. There must be something on the side of the house, because she's 100% certain that if she goes through our 2-story picture window at the top of the house, she's going to be able to kill it. And then this is the ribbon that I took, that I just added to the card. And just to keep the box sealed, just do a rustic knot. You don't want a bow. Because if you do a bow, you just spend all that money. Because like I said, one bag of candy did 2 boxes. And your Dove isn't the cheapest candy. But if you're giving a nice gift, you could fill the whole box with the candy. And then you could give the card. Now looking at it, if I was going to redo it, which, you know, often by the time you've seen my videos, you're looking at the second one, because now I have another card to show you. But I didn't have time because I had to get ready for my thing on Saturday. I would probably change it to this a crumb cake background, and then have these on there. And then I was afraid this wouldn't pop, and then maybe do a strip of olive. But it's cute. It's, you know, we critique ourselves to death, but it's cute. I really, the box is my favorite. And I mean, I was doing it for the Sweet Treat packaging. So there you go. Another in the series. And if you want to sign up to take this class, if you do it today, remember you're going to get 4 projects. So run over to my website. My website is stampinonline.com. And there you can get all the details. There's a link to my class pages. And it will also tell you, I don't even remember, but I have my October and November stamp sets that will be featured for those free online classes posted, because a lot of times people want to take my class and they've already bought the stamp set, but you have to buy the stamp set that month to take it. So this might help you as you prepare your little list of what you want to buy today on the launch of the catalog. And I also do free online gifts with, free gifts with online purchases every month. So this month it is the holiday rhinestones, which I don't have any laying here. I have a stack of them because that's going to be our one of our things that the people get on Saturday. But with every $50 purchase you make this month, you get a packet of those. So you can find out the details for that on my website as well. So everybody have a great day and happy holiday catalog. Bye.